Macho Talks Sports now. Macho Talks Sports. Macho Talks Sports. Macho Talks Sports.
Welcome to Macho Talks Sports, episode 13. I am your host, Macho. And today, even though we are short staffed and I miss my guys, Omar and Ryan, we're still going to have an amazing show today. We got so much to talk about. We got football, we got basketball, we got baseball, and I'm going to get into all that. But the first things first, we got to introduce my boy over here. Let's start this off right. Introducing. Unfortunately, he is one Steeler loss away from going into a darkness retreat. We'll get into that later. He looked to the Magic to lift up his spirits, but they're dropping the ball. We'll get into that later. And even though he stayed up for all 18 innings of Game 3, the World Series between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers, he's here with us today. Allow me to introduce Macho Talks Sports' very own Daniel Flores. How you doing, brother?
I'm tired, bro. I am tired. I'm struggling. I don't know how many of these I've had today. Some Red Bull. Yeah, man. All I see is the Red Bull all over my peripherals. I see a bull running. It's just yeah.
They say Red Bull gives you wings. You
night.
testing that today?
No, had to. 3 hours sleep. It was great.
That's insane, man. Like I said, you actually stayed up for all 18 innings, and I know that for a fact because you were live texting me as it was happening, which I appreciate because I couldn't watch the game. And we're gonna get into that first, but before we do that, we're gonna kick it off to Planet Euphoria real quick for this ad.
Hey Macho, what is Planet Euphoria?
Planet Euphoria is a clothing company based out of upstate New York with the best designs and sports tees on the market. They have everything from basketball, football, baseball, music artists, anime, and so much more.
Do they have any deals?
Right now, they have a buy one, get one 50% off promo for a limited time. But if you want to save just a little bit more, use code Macho Talk Sports for 25% off of your entire order.
That's so cool. I'm going to order some right now. What's the website again?
PlanetEuphoria.com. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. PlanetEuphoria.com. Let them know that Macho Talk Sports sent you. So let's get started with this Game 3 World Series. As somebody that actually watched all 18 innings, all 6 hours and 39 minutes, all 609 pitches of this. Mr. Flores, please take it away.
Honestly, man, this game started, had all the hype. Game 3, we all know whoever wins Game 3 has a higher probability of closing out the series. So they're in LA. We're expecting the Dodgers to absolutely run away with this. Mm-hmm. First inning, Teoscar Hernandez hits a homer. I'm like, okay, here we go. Then Shohei shows up, and he did quite a lot in this game. In the second inning, solo shot. I'm thinking that's it. Like it's just gonna pile every inning. They're gonna score is gonna pile and pile. Something about these Blue Jays, they're built for these types of moments. They're actually really, really freaking good. They don't have a big name star outside of Vladdy. Yeah. It's just a bunch of players, but this guy, Alejandro Kirk, built like all of us in the real world. Nobody that's professional sports does a 3-run blast, puts the Blue Jays on top. I'm like, oh my goodness, we may have an upset. Then they add another run on top of that. We're thinking, okay, now it's going to be just like Game 1 where the Blue Jays just started going and going and going and they don't stop. Mm-hmm. But then that bad man, and like I told you before, how do you say goat in Japanese?
Shohei.
That's right. That's how you say goat in Japanese. This dude ties the game after Freddie Freeman also came in clutch, added another run. And it was fun baseball, all different types of scenarios. We had a thriller all up until the 11th inning. After the 11th inning, man, it slowed down. There was not much going on. The game just don't get me wrong. It had situational baseball, which I love. Like it had people on full
Scoring
bases
position.
loaded. Kershaw came in, probably his
Yeah.
last appearance, which was great. Actually got the job done. Freddie Freeman had a chance to take the lead. The Blue Jays also had a chance to take the lead. All of this happening, Shohei got on base 9 times, bro. 9 times, which is absolutely ridiculous. Waldo was at the game. I mean, everything was happening. And the 14th inning, we got a little tidbit because it was already at that time. It was what, 2 something in the morning already, or 1:30 in the morning. I have no idea.
Time is a concept to you right now.
Yeah.
Like,
so baseball, right, gave us a little tidbit that we always like to know, like how many baseballs are actually like gone through these games. So they prepared 290 baseball. When they were in the 14th inning, they're already gone to 220. And they were actually in the process of preparing more. So they were about to run out of baseballs.
Insane.
The Dodgers were running out of pitchers. The Blue Jays were running out of pitchers. I was expecting to get a phone call, be like, "Yo, you're watching the game. Come pitch real quick." Like it was amazing. And then of course it just, you kind of already sensed it. Man of the moment, Freddie Freeman does it again. As a Yankees fan, you know him very well from last year's home run, which was very, very loud. He put an exclamation point to this game, and Shohei actually gets to pitch today, and he'll just add to that GOAT resume that he has going for him right now.
Which is insane to have the game that he had, to have the postseason that he's been having. Honestly, it's not like this is just coming up out of nowhere. To have the season that he's been having, to then think about ending this game. By the time it ended, it was just under 3:00. It was probably like 2:50 in the morning. To now have to go to sleep and wake up and get ready to pitch is mind blowing for me. And the fact that it's him just makes you feel like he's just gonna find a way to get it done anyway.
He is. I mean, last time he pitched, he had 10 Ks and 3 home runs.
Yes, exactly.
You expect greatness. You really do. He's to that point where every single time you see his face, you expect something great to happen.
Absolutely. And this isn't something we don't cover a lot of baseball on this show, but this specifically is something that no matter what fan of the sport that you are, whether that be basketball, baseball, you can appreciate something like this. It's just the amount of time and concentration that goes into. They played 2 full games. 2 full games. That is, I want to curse so bad, but that is just so insane. The freaking Waldo, I think, was out there just warming up at some point. Like they were running out of pitchers. You told me that they had the game 2 pitcher warming up just in case at that point.
Yep. Just in case.
That's insane to come off of that game and be like, okay, we got another game in a couple of hours. It's not even tomorrow anymore at this point. That's wild. So a lot of appreciation to both of these teams, even though the freaking Blue Jays lost it. Like, just the fact that they, like you said, they took the lead in a game where it looked like it was all but done. You just expected the Dodgers to start piling on, and they ended up coming back with that lead. They fought for all 18 innings, and then eventually somebody was going to come out a winner. So, yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to both of these teams. This is a crazy World Series. And we're going to move on to probably my favorite part of the show. My boys finally got the W. Let's go. Let me play a little something real quick. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I told you we're going to do this for you. This win was for you. I told you we're going to write your name on the calendar. Listen, we got to show up. I know we're 0-7, but who cares? This is for Flores. He needs this win in this division. And we kept up our end of the bargain. We'll get into yours a little bit later. But, man, my boys finally got it done. This was far from a perfect game. This was a exciting game, but at the same time, a very frustrating game. For me, a couple of things that I noticed and like to see was Fields looked pretty competent. He wasn't perfect. He's still far from perfect. He still has a lot of things that he has to work on. But this is one of those games that been saying on the show that he's capable of, that he's had in this season. 21 for 31, 244 yards, a touchdown. 8 games into the season, he still has yet to throw an interception. So for all the indecisiveness that he does have, it does still kind of have a pros and cons to it, to where, right, exactly. So where he's still keeping control of the ball, he's not turning it over. He has a couple of fumbles on the season, but he also runs a lot, so he's more prone to these type of fumbles and stuff. And even then, I think he only has 2. So he's taking care of the ball. And he still needs to get rid of the ball a little quicker. He still needs to not just focus on one read. He has to get through his progressions. Do I believe he's the answer to quarterback for this team for the future? Of course not. But I think he's decent enough to get us some wins in this season. And he was decent enough to get us some wins earlier in the season. But the problem was that the defense wasn't showing up. The last 2 games, the defense has showed up. This game, not really. I mean, we gave up 38 points. It's hard to say the defense showed up when you give up 38. But what I will say is that they showed up when we needed them. And that moments. Exactly. And that's something that I absolutely and that's something that I absolutely love to see. There's a lot of games. There was at least 2 games. I'll focus on 2 games. There was 2 games where we could have won, where it came down to a last-second field goal where the defense couldn't stop them from getting into field goal position. One of those games was against you. The other one was against the Bucs. And the reason that that's so important is because that situation happened again in this game, where we get a key sack on 3rd down in the 4th quarter. This is the Bengals' second to last possession, and we ended up coming up with the stop. They kick the ball back to us. We get the ball. We come down. We score. We go for 2. We get the lead. When that happens, we now have to give them the ball back with less than 2 minutes, which is more than enough time for them to get into field goal position, especially with the offense that they have, the offensive weapons that they have. It was very reminiscent of those first 2 games that I'm talking about, and I was scared because it's something that we shown that we weren't able to do leading up to this point. So I'm just already expecting the worst, and then we get the goddamn stop. We get the stop. They don't even get a first down,
and the Bengals literally just did it to us, to where we left a little bit of time, and they just went down the field and handled business.
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown was running all over us. Samaje Perine had almost a buck. Like we could not stop the run. It's hard to say. We didn't have Sauce Gardner. Of course, we're not going to be able to stop the pass either. But when it counted most, they finally came through in the clutch, and I just love to see it. I'm so happy to finally see a 1 in that win column. Yes, we're 1-7. We have a terrible schedule. I just wanted 1. Just give me 1 so that I know that this team can get that monkey off their back, as well as also I'm tired of seeing all the jokes. I'm tired of the winless jokes. I'm tired of the memes. I'm tired of all of it. But I'm going to kick it off to you. I mean, you asked for us to finally come through, get that win for you, take the Bengals out. We got it done. What did you see in this game?
So honestly, my key takeaway, and it involves more Justin Fields, right? I know I've mentioned his shortcomings and all that. The only reason I was kind of a little bit confident, especially when they named him the starter after Tyrod Taylor was ruled out with an injury, which, by the way, Fields has handled like a professional. I mean, this guy's character is unmatched. Situation from last year to this year with being called out by Woody, this guy literally is a true professional in that aspect. But the only reason I kind of had hopes for him is he played in the AFC North last year. He had to prepare for the Bengals twice last year. So I had a little bit of confidence to where he knew exactly what the Bengals defense was going to bring. Plus, the Bengals defense isn't that great. Now you throw in the Joe Flacco aspect, which these damn Browns gave the Bengals life. But thanks to you guys, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks to finally having Breece Hall run the damn football effectively. which shows a little bit of tenacity and grit, and just give me a running game, like a solid running game. And then Fields actually did show up again, and it could just be a little bit of extra study that he can call back on from last year, where he actually needed to make throws that he did, and the Jets coming up in a big spot. And thank you. The Steelers still lost, but thank you for the spot there.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you bring up a couple of great points, but one of them that I did want to focus on was the Breece Hall aspect of it. This is somebody that's heard his name in trade rumors since like about week 3, and it's been nonstop. I'm hoping that this not only quiets those rumors, but because the front office and the head coaches are going to tell you one thing: hey, no, we're not going to get rid of this person, and then the next week they get traded. So I'm hoping if there was any doubt on the Jets side of it, that this kind of shuts that off, because we need Breece Hall. He is a key part to this offense and this team. And especially if we're trying to get a quarterback next year, because again, we don't think Justin Fields is going to be the answer for the future. Most likely we're going to get a quarterback. If we're going to get a quarterback, we got to make sure that we give him weapons so that he can try to progress throughout the season. If we're taking away weapons from him to just get picks, that's not just one person that we have to try to implement into this offense. That's multiple people now. We're making it harder for that rookie. And I think Breece Hall would be a rookie quarterback's best friend. He even threw a goddamn touchdown in this game to Mason Taylor, just mossing him. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the defender that was guarding him, but he was never even looking back to see where the pass was coming from. Thank God. Thank God they don't know how to play defense. Thank you so much. This win was absolutely beautiful. And unfortunately, that leads us into some unfortunate news on the other side of the AFC North. And that's going to be your Steelers here, man. Your Steelers come into this game leading the AFC North, looking to try to extend that lead, going against Aaron Rodgers' foes, his old team. And the way that I look at it, you guys took 2 losses this Sunday. One was to the Green Bay Packers. The other one was to whoever made you guys wear that uniform. So I'm going to kick it off to you so you could please tell us what happened in this game.
So if you notice, my setup is actually a little different today.
Yes, sir.
After the loss, I decided to take time away from my family and friends. No, I'm just kidding. But I was that hot, man, because dude, we had a perfect opportunity to take care of business, not just this game, but the game before. So it just everything has compounded into what it is now, and kind of what we saw on Sunday. The first half, it was decent football, right? Yes, the offense probably could have capitalized in a few instead of field goals, maybe we could have converted a few first downs and gotten a touchdown and all that. But hey, we were up 16-7 at halftime. We were dominating the game. Now we actually had a chance to double dip, and Chris Boswell, the last remaining killer bee. I am to the point that I'm gonna get a kicker's jersey. Not a lot of people do that. A kicker's jersey. I am this close. But we had a chance to double dip. Going into the half, we scored a field goal. I'm like, okay, now we can actually build on this. Let's do this. Offense can handle it. That's fine. Now the defense, which has been playing well, let's get a few stops. They did not. They they end up getting outscored 28-9. Yeah, 28-9. In the second half, they just like it's not even our offense. Like in total yards, we had 295 yards to their 454. We were moving the ball. That's 295 yards, 93 rush yards. Jalen Warren was averaging, what is it?
4.8.
4.8. It's not, we were not able to at least maintain time of possession or anything of that nature. It's just that our defense was just not able to get off third down. I think on third down completions, they were backed up, I think 3rd and 15. That went for like a 35-yard gain. on national tight end, he went absolutely nuts. Jordan Love completed 20 straight completions. And some of the apparently these Steelers secondary never played baseball in their life because they can't gauge how far back they run back because the ball is coming at a trajectory. He threw like 3 ducks, and I'm like, and they were literally just wobbly like this, and I'm like, that's an interception. And we have guys just like, what the hell? And it would end up on Kraft's hands, and then he'll just yard after catch. I mean, the stats alone on this is ridiculous. To this point, this is the worst Steeler defense since I've been watching the Steelers. It is definitely the statistically the worst Steeler defense since the year Big Ben got retired and I mean not retired, drafted. That was in 2003. It's been over a long time. Between Thursday and Sunday, again, compounding both. Flacco threw for over 300 yards. Love threw for over 300 yards. Between both, that's 702 yards, 6 interceptions, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 sacks. That is the first time in Steeler history that that's ever happened. Mike Tomlin came into the year with the highest paid defense and said, this is going to be a historical defense. Well, no kidding. Yeah, we're putting up historical numbers, just the complete opposite way. 244 yards after catch. That's ridiculous. Our secondary can't cover. Sean Elliott is done for the year. So like the whole communication, that's our safety. Just complete lapse in the second half. Honestly, the silver lining in all of this is that the collapse came early this year, and we don't have to wait till the wild card to just be disappointed one more time. Now we go into next week. We're going to face the 7-1 Colts. The Steelers are on the verge of another 3-game losing streak. This would be if we lose to the Colts, which at this point, it's a high probability. This would be the 8th straight season of having 3-game losing streaks under Mike Tomlin. And again, that's the same amount of time that we haven't won a playoff game. He's turned into Marvin Lewis. Do you remember Marvin Lewis?
Yes, from the Bengals. Yeah.
Do you remember the Bengals teams were actually very, very good?
AJ Brown and them. I mean, not AJ Brown, AJ Green and them boys.
Yeah, AJ Green. We had Carson Palmer. We had a huge Mansada. Whatever, I couldn't stand.
TJ Hushman.
Ocho Cinco, Mr. Sweet Feet himself. What was the downfall with Marvin Lewis? Yes, he built a winning culture, but in the playoffs, he went 0 for 7. 7 straight years, he didn't win a playoff game. That's what we're looking at with Mike Tomlin. And just to put a bow on it, it's time. It's time. It's been time. I know it's just a matter of they're trying to put the blame on the defensive coordinator, but honestly, like how many coordinators does Mike Tomlin have to go through for everybody to realize, the ones that still defend them, that it's on him. It's on him. It's not on Matt Canada. It's not on Keith Butler. It's not on Terrell Austin, our current defensive coordinator. It all points back to the head coach. And we need changes. And he goes out today and says there's no major changes that need to be done after these performances. I'm done. I'm out. Completely out. I have no expectations moving forward. At this point, I hope we get our ass kicked every single week down the line.
So that was actually going to be my question, because I think that you covered the game pretty damn well. There's not really much for me to add there. So even though you kind of answered it, I'm going to ask it anyway in a more direct way. Ideally, because I know how you feel about Tomlin. Now, if the Steelers go on a run and end up making it to the playoffs and then get eliminated in the first round, he kind of gets that benefit of the doubt, right? To where, he found a way to get them to the playoffs again. There's no way you could get rid of them. So are you kind of hoping that you guys don't make the playoffs just for the greater good of finally getting this reset in this franchise?
Yes. Yes, I've been. We're not good enough to win a Super Bowl. That is the expectation for the Pittsburgh Steelers year in, year out. We're not bad enough to be and to get decent top of the draft players, which I know we've traded into the top 10 before, and that was we struck out. I think we got Devin Bush, and
that was Devin
terrible.
Bush.
Yeah, terrible. So it's not like I'm confident there as well. But there has to be a point that the Steelers do have to go into a full rebuild, but now we can't. We can't. We locked up TJ. We locked up Cam Hayward. We locked up Highsmith. We locked up Metcalf. We locked up almost everybody outside of literally the quarterback position, which as you know, in today's day and age, you can't win without a good quarterback. And Aaron Rodgers has been that.
Right.
But you need a solid defense.
That's what I was going to say. If you do have a way to make it to a playoffs or even a Super Bowl contender without having a great quarterback, the only way to do it is having an elite defense, which is looking like the opposite right now, which is insane because, like you said, this is the highest paid defense in the NFL right now. And to your point, Jordan Love was throwing a bunch of ducks out there, and somehow it just ends up in Christian Watson's hand. Somehow it just ends up in Tucker Kraft's hand, and the cornerbacks look lost out there. They're swatting at air. They don't even get contact with the ball. Like it was hard to watch. It was very hard to watch. Tucker Kraft, 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Absolutely dog. We spoke about this last week, but you guys need receiving help. You guys need receiving help. It was nice to see Roman Wilson come out here and finally do something. He hasn't really done anything since he's been drafted. To his credit, he has also been dealing with injuries. So maybe, hopefully, as he's getting healthier throughout the season, he starts to show what he was. But he wasn't also somebody that was this great prospect coming out of college anyway, where he was like this target hog, this number 1 wide receiver. I think he was the number 2 he was the number 1 wide receiver, but the number 2 target on his offense to begin with. So it's like it's hard to just hold out for him to be that number 2. DK Metcalf is a pretty good number 1, but when he's the only one there, it's easier for the defense to just hone in on him. So,
and that's exactly what's happened.
Right. And I mean, kudos to the people that you're going against, because that's the way to do it. I mean, the running game is pretty good too. Jaylen Warren has been having a pretty impressive year. I was always wondering how he was going to be as a number 1. Obviously, Najee was that number 1 for all those years, and every time Jaylen Warren had to come in, he showed a lot of pop. He showed a lot of promise. It looks like you guys got a pretty solid number 1 in him, and even Gainwell as a number 2 has been playing very well coming from Philadelphia. So that running game is going. It's just we need some receiving help, and then obviously the defense. The defense.
Yep. I mean, you're paid to be the top defense, and you're ranked as the 30th defense in the league. Something has to change.
Unacceptable. But we're going to move on for some of these struggles that the Steelers are having, and we're going to kind of hyper focus on the opposite when it comes to these Colts, the success that they've been having. The Colts are just surging through the season right now, and there's so much credit to go around on this team. But my question is, and I'm gonna have you start this one, is who will you give the most credit to when it comes to their success? Obviously, they all play a part in it, but if you had to pinpoint just one, would it be a Daniel Jones, their star quarterback? Would it be their running back that's having this MVP-like season if it wasn't a quarterback award? Or is it Shane Steichen, who's finally getting these players all together and showing what he can do as a head coach?
Steichen has been there, right, a few years. Yep. Probably missing, the head of the snake, the quarterback. We just mentioned how important that is. Jonathan Taylor, we've seen him dominate the league. We've seen him lead the league in rushing. We know exactly what he is. Daniel Jones, we have never seen this Daniel Jones ever. Right. Now, this could be a little bit of like leaving the New York market and a little bit of Dayball and You bringing it over to the Vikings, and Kevin O'Connor kind of unlocked something in him and saw something, which I'm pretty sure the Vikings right now would love to have Daniel Jones. So there goes that. Then he goes to the Colts, and Steichen finally has a guy who's very mobile, can read a defense, and his nickname's Danny Dimes, and is not just because he can definitely sling the football in tight spaces, tight windows, anticipation off the charts. He can definitely do all of that. But I'm gonna go to a little bit off the board here.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I think all the credit goes to the offensive line.
I like that.
I think none of this is possible, and with the rushing attack, the pockets that Daniel Jones gets, and yes, sometimes you see people at Daniel Jones' feet and all that, but that offensive line is the heartbeat of this football team. I think last year the Eagles had the best offensive line. They won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I think it's trending that direction. They're 7-1. That, I mean, you could say they probably could be 8-0 for just certain calls going the wrong way and somebody dropping a damn football at the goal line and all that. They are that good. And yeah, I think they moved to 8-1 this Sunday as well.
I love that call. I absolutely love that call, because none of this is possible without that offensive line. As good as Daniel Jones has been playing, as amazing as Jonathan Taylor has been playing, you need to be able to protect those guys for them to be able to do their job. And that's exactly what that offensive line is doing. So I like that shout. A part of me wants to give it to Jonathan Taylor because he's having an absolute monster of a season. Mm-hmm. But like you said, we've known him to be this good. We've seen it. We've never seen it to this level, to give him credit. We've never seen it to this level, but we know that's in him. For me, I have to give it to Shane Steichen. Because coming from the Eagles, he was somebody that was known to be the reason why Jalen Hurts got unlocked to the play style that he has been. And this is before the tush push and all that stuff, where he was actually throwing the ball and stuff like that. Yeah. And that offense was
actually rolling. Played football.
Exactly, when they knew what football actually was.
Yeah, not rugby.
Yeah. And Shane Steichen goes to the Colts, and the first year they get a running back at quarterback with Anthony Richardson, and somebody who just should have never been a first-round pick, let alone a top 3 pick. And he tried to make it work. It didn't work. He did have some pieces on that offense. He had some pieces on that defense. All you needed was that glue piece, which was the quarterback position, in order to put it all together. And Shane Steichen found a way to get it done. Bringing in Daniel Jones is something that someone like me and you mocked coming into the season. We did. Yes, we did. We thought this was a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Like this, what is this gonna do? Yes, it's an upgrade from Anthony Richardson, but we would be an upgrade from Anthony Richardson at this point. So for him to find a way to get it done, to unlock this offense, for them to draft Tyler Warren in the first round to help even unlock the offense even more, because they had 2 nice receivers in Josh Downs, who's been he had his injury issues this year so far, but he's coming too. And even with the injury issues, they're still finding a way to get it done. Daniel Jones has a 71 completion percentage, only 3 interceptions. It's incredible what they're doing, and I don't think any of this is possible without Shane Steichen. And it's hard for me not to give him just a smidge more credit than everybody else. But I absolutely love that offensive line one. The only reason I didn't kind of involve them into the question is because it wasn't as sexy. But honestly, this game is won in the trenches. Without that offensive line, none of this is possible. So I absolutely love that shout. And the Colts are surging. They're absolutely dominating this season, and they have taken the whole league basically by surprise, as well as some of these fans. And then someone else that is also taking this league by surprise is these Patriots. These Patriots are 6-2 right now. They're first in the AFC East. This is the same division that has the Bills in it, who is a Super Bowl contender. And they are number 1 right now. And this is coming from last year where they looked like absolute dog crap. And Drake May has been unlocked. That defense has been unlocked. But my question is, obviously, it looks like they are trending towards a playoff berth. But I want to know, do you see them as a playoff threat? Is this somebody that you are scared to face in the playoffs? Is this someone that you can see possibly making a run?
Absolutely. My thing is they play sound football. They don't beat themselves, and when they do, that's literally that's how we managed to the Steelers beat them. They had 5 turnovers. A lot of them, you can say maybe the Steelers forced, but it was more self-inflicted. That was more of a Patriots lost that game as more than the Steelers actually won that game. They're the real deal. Drake Mays, man, I'm so pissed, dude. They're back. The Pats are definitely back. Mike Vrabel he's a hell of a coach. We've seen what he can do with a solid squad and with a mediocre quarterback. Now that he has a good quarterback, he can coach his ass off, and he has. This team is taking care of the football. And then the one thing that I do want to mention, Josh McDaniels is a genius as an offensive coordinator. As a head coach, he's just not fit for the job.
And that's fine.
Honestly. Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. But the play calling, the windows that become available for Drake May, plus Drake May just being able to create on his own as well. He is a sexier, more athletic version than Tom Brady. And he's running the offense to perfection. He's in the top 3 of the MVP right now. So yeah, the Patriots are definitely they're going to be trouble going forward. I think they have the second most cap space as well for the offseason. So yeah, they're only just going to get better.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Obviously, you see the chain, you see the shirt. I absolutely despise the Patriots.
Yeah,
but we're fans of the sport more than we are of the teams. And looking at them objectively, they are freaking good.
Yeah,
and it pisses me off. I love Drake May. I loved him in North Carolina, and it hurts me to say, but they are really damn good. Now, when it comes to playoff threat, I'm going to say no. Okay. The reason I'm going to say no is 2 reasons. Their best defensive player in Christian Gonzalez is somebody that has this injury history that just seems to always pop up.
Mm-hmm.
If for any reason he's not there for that playoff run, that defense is completely different. If you look at the way that the stats are for the team when he's on the field and off the field, it's almost like night and day. So that is a key cog to their defense. And since he has that injury history, I'm just not confident that he's going to be able to be healthy when they need him the most. Now, if he is, that may change my answer. But another part of that is also their running game. I think that their running game is going to help their offensive totality, but also just the passing game. It helps open up the passing lanes a little bit more. It opens up that play action, but you're not scared of Ramondre Stevenson. For some reason, they're sticking with him, though. They are sticking with him, and you can see they're 18th in rushing yards. 112 rushing yards per game is not bad, but also you got to keep in mind Drake Mays also, he has some wheels on him. Yeah. He's picking up some of those yards himself. So if you take him out of it, they'd be a lot lower. So they need to get Travion Henderson more involved. And then this week, I don't want to say they got him more involved, but he was able to show what he could do with some of those touches. Unfortunately, he did have a fumble. But apparently, to Mike Vrabel, he doesn't care about fumbles because Ramondre Stevenson has about 5 or 6 of them this season, and he's still the starter. So if that's not something that a head coach would be worried about, I don't see any reason why you would not play that Travion Henderson a lot more. And that explosiveness would absolutely open up that offense even more. So with those 2 caveats, to where if they let Travion Henderson become the number 1 and Christian Gonzalez is able to stay healthy, I can 100% see them as a playoff threat. Currently, I'm saying no because I don't see that happening.
Yeah, health is definitely a big factor. But as we said, this game is won in the trenches. And yes, the back end is very, very important, as I know as a Steelers fan. But as rushing yards allowed per game, they're second in the league. They're they're controlling whatever team they're up against. On the other side of the football, yes, they allowed Myles Garrett to get 5 sacks, but I mean they still put the hands on them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, 100%. And you also got to keep in mind that's Myles Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Like certain players are just going to find a way to get theirs. But like you said, they found a way to even through all that bust their ass. Like
Yeah.
So credit to them. And yeah, man, they look great. They might be missing a couple pieces. And then speaking of a couple pieces, that's going to bring us on to our next one. I want to know from you, what would be, because we got the trade deadline coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a ideal trade scenario for this trade deadline for you, whether that be any team in the NFL?
So let me see here. So I actually got a notification right now that the Steelers, we're breaking news. Break it. I feel like Adam Schefter. Yeah. The Steelers have acquired Kyle Duggar from the Patriots. If I'm not mistaken, that is a position of need that the Steelers do need. They need a lot of shit. But
the Patriots actually made 2 trades. But finish yours and I'll break the other one. Go
okay. What's the other one? I want to know.
So the other one is they traded with the 49ers. They traded Keon White in the 7th round to get a 6th round. So they traded away Keon White, who's a edge, to move up from the 7th to the 6th.
You think they're probably planning on trading for somebody?
They might be making some space. Not that they need to, because the Patriots, like you said, have a lot of cap room to begin with.
They do, but they don't have somebody that can get to the quarterback consistently. And the one name that just popped in my head,
that's going to be so Max scary Crosby. If they get Max, bro.
That would be. I know.
Don't speak that into existence.
Oh man, it's just. Literally, my phone just went off, and I see the Steelers and I'm like, oh shit, hold on.
I love it.
So, but my thing for the Steelers, right? My trade deadline, I'm gonna stick at home with this. Okay. They still need secondary help, regardless of who we acquired. I want to see them go after a safety, specifically a strong safety, like Amani Hooker from the Titans and Jesse Bates from the Falcons. I think they do have the capital to make a swing like that. We did lose Sean Elliott, as I mentioned. He is our starting strong safety, our big communicator, and on the back end and all that. I do believe they need to go out and get somebody for that position if they do plan on making a run. As far as on the offensive side of we do need a second wide receiver, a true. And I'm just going to target the 2 at the Saints. Doesn't matter. Olave or Shaheed. I don't care. Just give me one of them. I think we're working out scouting Valdez.
I think I signed him to the practice squad.
Okay, yeah. So that's another one of Rodgers' boys. So maybe that's he can get a few targets and just open up for DK moving forward. But
championship experience.
Yeah. We need to add to this defense that apparently is not enough money being spent on.
So that was going to be my question, because Jesse Bates would be ideal, but his contract's pretty big. How would that work?
At this point, I don't think it matters. They're paying.
just get him in there.
They're paying people. I mean, just get him in there. Just get him in there. Figure it out later. If they are really serious and take advantage that Aaron Rodgers is there,
right?
Then you have to swing for the fences for at least one piece, for a major piece that now it's down for the season.
I agree. I was just double checking, making sure we didn't miss anything. So I like that. For mine, I'm not going to be happy about it because this is somebody that's in my division. But just as far as the best trade scenario for a team that's trying to make a run, who's been trying to make a run for quite a while now and just keeps falling flat, bumping into the big bad Patrick Mahomes.
Jeez.
You already know. So for me is I've seen some reports of BTJ being available, being shot.
Ooh,
If the Bills can find a way to get their hands on Brian Thomas Jr., that would be ideal for them, as well as also the Jaguars. Now, the reason I say that is because Josh Allen needs a number one, right? He needs the number one to help run that offense. He has a bunch of number twos, and that running game is great. James Cook is amazing. Obviously, Josh Allen also has some wheels on him. They're going to be able to get their rushing yards. When it comes to passing yards, Josh Allen is someone that likes to spread it across, which is great. But when it comes to crunch time, you always need that number one that you can rely on. He doesn't have that right now. So
separator.
Exactly. And that I like Keon Coleman, but he's still raw. He still has a lot of stuff to go. And then Shakir is solid, but he's kind of reached his ceiling already. I don't see him getting much better than he already is. So for that would help the Bills open up that offense and give him that number one target. And then for the Jags, on the other hand, they just gave up a lot of draft capital to move up to get Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is somebody that in their mind is going to be generational. And I liked when they made that move because they were being aggressive. I like when teams do that. The problem is BTJ had an amazing season last season, but that season came with Mac Jones. As you can see, the beginning of that season with Trevor Lawrence wasn't very good. And then since Trevor Lawrence came back during this season, also still not very good. There's something wrong with that chemistry there. If they can find a way to unload BTJ and try to supplant some of those picks that they gave away in that trade for Travis Hunter and get that back for BTJ, who's basically a non-factor on that team right now, I think this is a perfect win-win for both teams. Again, I hope it doesn't happen because I do not want the Bills to get any better. I do not want them. The same thing with the Patriots. I do not want them to get any better. But if I'm taking off my Jets cap and I'm just keeping it objective, I think this is perfect for both teams. What do you think?
No, yeah, I that's actually a great point. It just sucks that all these moves are within the AFC.
Literally,
like can we just send everybody? Like, can we send Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow? Can we just send them to the NFC and then just open up a path? Maybe we'll actually win a playoff game. Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. We're gonna keep it to the AFC North a little bit and the AFC East actually, and we're gonna move on to this Thursday night football game right here. We got the Dolphins going against the Ravens. This is the return of Lamar Jackson, who has missed, if I'm not mistaken, 3 games now. Okay, 3 games. So he's missed 3 games so far. Obviously, they've been struggling since he's been gone. They weren't doing that great with him there either, to be fair. But it wasn't his fault. Obviously, that defense has been looking atrocious. The Dolphins coming off a big win, Tua, the one-eyed Tua, absolutely just lighting it up last week.
Yeah, it straightened him out. Apparently, maybe the concussions were on this side, and that one eye that's all he needs.
It turned off the signals for this side of the brain. So I'm assuming he's not going to have one eye anymore. He's going to be back to 2-eyed Tua, and we've seen how that has looked this season so far. My question for you is, what are you expecting out of this game, and who comes out on top?
Lamar Jackson obviously is the biggest factor here. Regardless if he's 70%, it does not matter. This is a game where Derrick Henry is going to rush for 200 yards.
Yep.
I honestly believe that because the Dolphins cannot stop the run. And yes, they just put the hands on the Falcons, but the Falcons, for whatever reason, they lose to the Panthers, and then they beat, who the hell was it? The Chiefs, or who the hell did they beat? And then they lose to the Dolphins.
They're the most inconsistent team
in the
NFL.
Yeah, so you could throw that Dolphins win kind of just out the window, just more on the Falcons than the Dolphins. I think Derrick Henry's gonna have a field day here. The aura, right, of Lamar Jackson playing quarterback, and he is technically the most accurate quarterback in league history.
Wow.
That's which is wild. Running back
quarterback that
Lamar is
can't throw.
actually a quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just him having him out there, regardless of if he can cut the same or anything, because once a hamstring goes bad, it stays bad for a while. I think this is going to be a Derrick Henry game, and yeah, I think the Dolphins go to 2-7.
Yeah, I completely
sucks for
agree.
me.
I think the Ravens end up winning by like 14, something ridiculous. At least minimum 14. And even if Derrick Henry doesn't get 200 yards, I could see him with a $120 and then Lamar with another $120. Like they're just gonna dash them throughout the whole game. This is going to be a game where Tua is going to have to throw because they're going to be down by so much, and hopefully that defense on the Ravens side finds a way to get a couple of takeaways and a couple of stops, because making them one-dimensional will help them out a little bit. But that Ravens defense has been, I almost want to say, historically bad as well. This is a unrecognizable Ravens defense. Steelers and Ravens have been two organizations that have been synonymous with defense, and this year has been completely the opposite, which is a mind fuck, honestly. But yeah, I completely agree. I think the Ravens destroyed the Dolphins, and I looked at the Ravens schedule coming up. It looks like they could go on a little bit of a run. Honestly, they don't have that much competition coming up. I think Lamar came back at the right time. Now, the other problem is that AFC North is still kind of wide open. So
yeah. Yes,
you guys left the door open. This was the moment where you guys were supposed to shut it, and unfortunately that did not happen, man. So we're gonna move on from this Thursday night massacre, and we're gonna actually move on from the sport in totality. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to the NBA side. Before we go into this NBA side, we're gonna get you with a quick ad real quick, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey Macho, what is Planet Euphoria?
Planet Euphoria is a clothing company based out of upstate New York with the best designs and sports tees on the market. They have everything from basketball, football, baseball, music artists, anime, and so much more.
Do they have any deals?
Right now, they have a buy one, get one 50% off promo for a limited time. But if you want to save just a little bit more, use code Macho Talks Sports for 25% off of your entire order.
That's so cool. I'm going to order some right now. What's the website again?
PlanetEuphoria.com. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. PlanetEuphoria.com. Let them know that Macho Talk Sports sent you. So, Flores, I want to ask you, as the NBA season has started rolling, we're about 3 to 4 games into the season, depending on what team you're paying attention to here. I want to know what NBA player or team has impressed you the most so far this year.
There's a few, right? I can go straight to the Spurs, obviously, with the alien.
Yep.
I can go to Cleveland, actually being somewhat, but I'm gonna go a little off the rails here. The 76ers. We just played them. They are hurt, hurt.
Yeah.
And Tyrese Maxey is making a case for all NBA if he keeps this up. There's even a chance. I think they're better without Embiid.
They are. I don't think that's even a question.
And then that's the thing, not anymore. And Nick Nurse, he wants to play fast, right? Mm-hmm. And they definitely are. He's a blur. And then he can shoot the lights out. And then they get this rookie, 3rd overall, VJ, and he's an absolute stud. Like there's a chance if he keeps this up, if he doesn't hit the rookie wall, there's a chance he might win Rookie of the Year. I don't.
He's the front runner right now.
I see he is, and I see the Sixers' vision, and I hate to give him that much credit because it's Philly.
This is the theme of the episode.
I see the vision. I see they want to play. They want to play small. They want to play fast, and then drop in Embiid right in the middle, or not even just drop in a rim protector, and Bona, which he is. I mean, he can block. He's almost like the Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks. He can block absolutely anything. He just plays pure energy. And then every once in a blue moon, you do have to throw in Embiid, and he does have his good moments and then his bad moments, but the Sixers they surprised me, man. They really surprised me. They just put 136 on the Magic. And I think that's more the Magic defensively being bad, but at the same time, like Tyrese Maxey's a dog, dude. He is a dog. Yeah.
I have him on a fantasy team right now, and he's
leading the league in points.
He's destroying teams right now, and this is why I love you, because we're right there with each other. My player is actually VJ Edgecombe.
Okay, my guy.
VJ Edgecombe is absolutely killing it. 25 points, 5.7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.7 steals, and the Sixers are 3-0. He is the perfect Robin to Tyrese Maxey's Batman. That backcourt right there is absolutely sensational and young as hell. That's something that you can build around.
They don't even have Jared McCain back.
Yo, exactly.
He's actually very good.
This team is crazy.
Oh, man.
And to your point, they're doing this basically without Embiid. Embiid is on a minute restriction. Yes, technically he's playing, but he's not really playing. If they can find a suitor for Embiid, they need to shop him.
They do.
They do not need him. He is getting rid of him would be an addition by subtraction. Whether you don't need to get this superstar player in return. You can get a decent rim protector, somebody that knows how to run the floor, and then some picks. And you keep building around this team. And then whether you decide to keep those picks or then ship those picks off and package them for an actual superstar, you're fluid at that point. But with Embiid, you're anchored down, and you need to get rid of him at this point because you do not need him. The Sixers are looking good right now. Obviously, 3 games into the season, it is very early. But to see this rookie hit the floor running like this, incredible.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so good. I saw it firsthand yesterday, along with I had Monday Night Football. And then I had the baseball game, and then I had the Magic frustrating the crap out of me on one screen. I had like a whole little ordeal going on here. And I was thinking, I'm like, they're just better. They're just a lot better without Embiid. Yes, we're talking about a former MVP. Yes, we're talking about probably one of the more dominating big men. Not better than Jokic, and I think honestly Jokic got robbed of that MVP. But anyways, I think it's time, because his knees are just they're cooked. That injury, you can't just replace cartilage. Once cartilage goes, that's it. And he's already had 2 intrusive, just major injuries on those knees, and then his play style doesn't help. And that's honestly. That's a topic for a little later on in the episode. His play style with the whole flailing and throwing himself there's a higher risk for injuring himself because he's so tall. It takes a long time to get down from the floor. I honestly think, as if I were a Sixers fan, there has to be a shift in mindset where Embiid is not the MVP you guys once knew and loved, and all of us hated. Yeah, so
100%. And I think that body style is very important, because anybody with those injuries would be worrisome. But then the fact that he's 7'1", 280, 90, like he's a big boy. Every time he goes down, it is a big fall, and he's just, you got to get rid of him, man. And maybe he goes somewhere and he plays very well. That's something that you're just going to have to live with as a Sixers fan, and just focus on the future, man. You got those 3 pieces right there. You got VJ Edgecombe, you got Maxey, you got Jared McCain coming back with his thumbnail broken. He's going to come back, and I think those 3 are going to lead this Sixers team into the future. That MB contract needs to come off their books, man. They might be a favorite, actually, to win this NBA Cup that we're going to be talking about. Let's see where they're at. No, they're not. Actually, they're plus 3,300. But this leads us into our next question is, we got the NBA Cup starting, and there's a lot of great teams right now. There's a lot of chemistry that is to be made with these new teams, the Magic being one of them. Even though they're towards the top, they haven't been playing very well to start the season off, as they try to get some of that magic back. Who is your That was so corny. Who is your leader to win this NBA Cup in your mind?
I'm gonna go with the best player in the world, baby.
Luka
And
Doncic?
no, no, man. I Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. They're too good. They are, and they match up well with OKC, which is obviously the favorite to win for the next 3-4 years.
To win everything.
Yeah, to win everything. It's sometimes it's just we look at these ratings and you just get tired of picking OKC, and they eventually win it, and they may as well. But honestly, I see Denver actually putting up a fight against them. They because of Jokic's play style, even though they have moving pieces within that team, they've pretty much stayed the same as well, which that's a trend that you can see in the NBA standings of teams that have kept the same team are doing a lot better of people that have integrated major pieces.
Mhm.
It's just Jokic, man, and I can see them go all the way. My second was going to be Cleveland, just coming out of the other side, just because continuity. But I think the Nuggets might actually. I put $5 on the Nuggets already, so we'll see.
Hey. So I like those shouts. The Cavs technically are one of those teams that did add a big piece, but that piece that they added is so fluid into any team that Lonzo Ball can fit on any team.
Any team.
Team, and it be seamless. So to them, technically, it's basically the same team, but just a little bit better. And then the Nuggets with Michael Porter Jr. looking like Steph Curry in Game 1, going crazy from 3. They're putting up a 50 bomb.
It's Gordon,
yes.
They sent Michael Porter Jr. to the depths of yeah.
They did him so dirty, but he's about to ball over there because it's just him and Cam Thomas at this point. So I like those shouts. Obviously, the Cavs are towards the top of the odds here. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and go to plus 3,300 with the Spurs. That they got the Shohei Ohtani of NBA with Wemby, where he's just an absolute alien. He's going to be able to do things that no player ever have done or will do. It's this unfair advantage that they have going into every single game. Now, obviously, the main thing is him remaining to be healthy. He's had some health issues and some serious health issues too. Blood clots is not something to play with. We've seen it take Bosch's career. It's something very serious. Now, the training that he has put into this offseason is showing that the muscle that he's put on going into the season is showing. And it's absolutely incredible. Not only because as much as I want to glaze Wemby for all the amazing things that he's doing right now, you also got to take into the account those guards are really damn good. They got Dylan Harper. They got, I believe De'Aaron Fox is coming back sometime soon. I don't think he's going to be out for that much longer. And then they got Stephon Castle. They have a very good young team. And as the season goes on, and I love Carter Bryant too. He does not get enough shine. But I love that draft pick from them. I believe they got him at like 13 or 14 or something like that. But that team, as they go on, as they get that chemistry, and Wemby being the anchor of that, he's not a selfish player. He's not a selfish superstar. He wants to see his boys shine, but most of all, he wants to win, and whatever that takes, he's willing to do. And I love that combination between them. And for me, I'm going to say the Spurs. For some reason, I feel like this type of tournament kind of favors youth because the youth are going to care about it a little bit more. And this is a very young team. Very young team. And even when the Lakers won it, LeBron said it like it wasn't for me. We wanted to get this for our young boys who's not really getting paid. This little paycheck right here that would be minuscule to me would mean so much for them. And then I just feel like that gives them the advantage there. So I like the Spurs going into this one.
I just want to say something. I know I have the logo right here. I want to, moving forward, to take my Orlando Magic out of any finals talk, championship talks.
I already put you guys there.
That them boys have to earn it.
Yeah.
They're to that
Right.
point where we can't just put them up there because they have to earn it. You have to earn that type of respect, and yeah, there's
So real quick, because our next topic is actually going to be our last topic. I want you to touch on the struggles that the Magic are going through right now, because again,
yeah.
this is a team that we did our finals prediction that I had going into the finals. Obviously, you are a huge fan of the team. You're someone that is a season ticket holder and has been for a while.
Yeah.
How frustrating is it to watch this?
So it's frustrating, not because the lack of chemistry or everything, between Bane and Franz. Try to throw alley oop to Tyus Jones the other day, which was hilarious. Those are that clunkiness is bound to happen.
Right.
My frustration is that if I tell you, hey, have you watched the Orlando Magic played in 2 years? What would you say? You, Torres. What would you say?
Not a lot, no.
Yeah, no. So, but when you did, and when you did hear of them, what was like the one thing that came up with them?
Defense.
Yeah,
Defense.
the heart, the soul, the energy, the commitment, the established identity that Jamal Mosley put on them boys has not translated into this year for whatever reason. Now, it could be a chemistry thing. I mean, hell, it's been only 4 games, and if the season ended today, 1, that would be the shortest season of all time, and then 2, I think we're ranked at the bottom half of the league in defense. We just allowed 136 points to Tyrese Maxey. Yes, Tyrese Maxey is a dog, but we're better. We're better on paper. We're better. We made the moves that we made. Defensively, we did not lose a lot. As far as bodies, it's just the attention to detail is not there. Now, it could be a rotation thing. It could be just a effort thing. It could also just be that, hey, it's the Magic only played 4 preseason games. The other teams played 6. We did have that trip to Puerto Rico. It's just there's not a lot of togetherness, and the offense has gelled. Like, we're scoring points, but there's just not enough communication going on the defensive side of the ball. It's the want, the joy to play defense that you come into here, we're going to beat your ass up. Like, all that is gone. And Suggs also playing limited minutes may affect that. And then Tyus Jones, I'm already out. I'm out on Tyus. It only took, and that, I think even in the preseason, I was already out. Like,
you were telling me in the preseason, this guy's a cone. Get him out of here.
Yeah, no, dude. Like, get this guy. Give me Jace Richardson. At least he's competing around the screens and all that. Right. He's not at no man's land all the time. Give me Jace. Yeah, it's on, and we spoke about this. It is on the coaching staff to figure this out, to put the players in spots to win. But at the end of the day, it's still the effort and energy, and actually taking the coaching's advice. It's still on the players as well. I just want to see them, even if we revert this pace, because we are playing at a faster pace. If we go to under, I think it was like 97 points per 100 possessions, which is like, I don't know, last year that would have been like 28th in the league or something like that. But the defense is still elite. That's fine, because now we have Bane and all these other. Let's slow the pace and let's focus on our identity. Right now, it's just our identity is, I don't recognize this team, and that's really what is completely frustrating. Now, the good thing is that the Hawks, Celtics, hell, even the Knicks, they haven't played to their full potential to this point. And then you have, who's number 1 in the East currently right now is the Bulls.
And the Bulls.
No, the Bulls and the 76ers are on the top of the East, and then the Cavs, and then the Hornets.
Yeah, of course the Hornets. We knew that was happening. Come on.
Of course, we knew the East.
Yeah,
we called that.
No, yeah. And so to your point, I feel like it's 100% chemistry based. I think offense is something that comes natural to your boys, but where defense is so team oriented, and since there's a lot of different pieces on this team, that's something that they're going to have to just figure out throughout the season. Who picks up the cutter, who's going to rotate, when they're going to rotate, when they know someone else needs the help, as opposed to just let them stay on that island and guard that man. There's a lot of communication and just chemistry that goes into defense, to where offense, you got boys that can put the ball in the basket, and it sometimes offense can be as simple as just that. Where defense, you need that chemistry, you need that commitment and stuff like that. So I think that defense is going to definitely show up as the season progresses, but I can understand why that's so damn frustrating, to where you were one of the best defenses last year to then giving up 137 points to the 76ers without Embiid.
Without Embiid, Paul George, Jared McCain. I mean, and not only that, the Hawks, they didn't have Porzingis or Ricochet, and then the Bulls didn't have Kobe White. And then we're 6 minutes. The guys from the 6-Man show made a point of this, is that we're 6 minutes away from being 0-4. If we didn't lock in against that Miami team, which they've been playing very, very well, but then again, continuity is the name of the game there as well. We would be 0-4, and it would be just an absolute, frustrating start. It already is. Yeah. Now we play Detroit tomorrow. And yeah, I just want to see good defensive effort. Give me good defensive effort.
I love it. I think it was important for you to be able to vent that and get that out. I know that this
again, I left my family behind. I'm in a hotel.
Yeah, man.
All that. I'm just kidding, guys. I work on the road, so.
So that effort, that want, and all that stuff, that's something that's very important for a team. That's something that's very important for players. And somebody that there's somebody that I've seen. Let me rephrase that. There's somebody that I've never seen want something more than this next guy that we're going to talk about, where this guy just wants this more than anybody, and that's SGA going to the free throw line. Nobody wants anything more than SGA wants free throws. And this is something that has been a trend going on since the last season. And it is one of the most annoying trends that I've seen in NBA and maybe in sports history. There's been moments where, like, James Harden has been very, very he's been in this subject where he's been foul baiting and stuff like that. Most of that coming from three. Also, some of that coming from the way that they had to defend him, because his 3-point was so deadly. That step back was so deadly and unstoppable and stuff like that. But SGA is just running into people, throwing his hands up and flailing and getting the call every single time. He will, if you don't hit him, he's going to make sure that you hit him. And it is the most annoying thing. So what I want to bring up is, do you think that foul baiting is an issue in the NBA today?
Yes, it is. Most definitely. Especially with scoring guards that are a little bit undersized. Now, I'm going to throw out Jalen Brunson. I'm going to throw that out. Trae Young is a massive one as well. Shea, of course. And I'm going to throw out another one. Luka, sometimes.
How dare you? How dare you? This is the end of the stream.
Yeah. But here's the difference between Luka and SGA, right? Luka, he's playing to get 2 points, either to go right at you, to go to the bucket. SGA is playing to get the foul.
Yep.
It's like he makes his moves just solely he can get to the free throw line. It's not a fun watch, man. He's a free throw merchant, as we all joke around, but in reality it's just and he does it. He is so efficient, and his game is so smooth. It's so nice. It is very, very nice to watch it, and he is a very smooth operator. But when you got him, going into a dribble package, and then instead of going towards the rim, like he'll throw himself either back, sideways, all this other stuff, or like you said, grab somebody's hand to hook him and hit himself, and then just flail to the ground. I'm not a fan. Nobody was a fan when James Harden was doing it, like you mentioned. He must have been studying the greats.
Yeah. He was the fan of that.
Because Wilt Chamberlain, actually, he is in NBA history. He's the one that's attempted the most free throws. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in NBA history in a single season to attempt the most free throws. So SGA probably saw that and he's like, all right, this guy was dominant as hell. Let's start playing the same way. You would think Shaq would be in the top 5. He's not. He's 8th. Jerry West is actually 6th.
And Shaq
Jordan
was literally like, they made it a defensive scheme to foul him. Hack-a-Shack.
Hack-a-Shack. Sorry, Hack-a-Shack.
Yeah.
They made it a term. It's just, no, I'm not a fan, and it's not ethical hoops.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, it's as an NBA fan, it does matter what team that you care about. As an NBA fan, somebody that grew up, you just love playing basketball as a kid instead playing in the park. You respect the game. When you see what he does, and to what you said, he's a smooth operator. He can get buckets. He is a very, very, very great basketball player. So to see him to have to come to these type of tactics, it just puts a stain on it. It's like, you're too good to even need to do this. There's no reason for it. Right now, he's second in free throw attempts in the season. Right now, Austin Reeves is number 1. He had a crazy game last game where he had like 22 free throws. But this isn't
free throws.
To be fair, though, his last 3 years, he's averaged 5 free throw attempts, 3.3 free throw attempts, and 4.1 free throws attempt. That's not his game. This is not this. That was an anomaly where SGA, this is his game. He right now has 46 free throw attempts on the season. To put that in perspective, he played 4 games. These 4 people that I'm about to bring up played 3 games. But KD has 48 field goal attempts this season. Cat has 42 field goals attempts. So SGA has more free throws than Cat has field goal attempts. Joker has 41 field goal attempts. These are scorers. These are important pieces onto their offense that are trying to get shots up. And SGA has more free throw attempts than all these players, as well as James Harden, who has 36 field goal attempts on the season. This is an absolute issue for the NBA and for just basketball in general, because people are growing up. There's people that love the Thunder. There's people that love SGA. And they're going to grow up thinking that this is a way of basketball. And I hate that. I hate that for the sport. Absolutely hate that for the sport. And then on top of that, he's leading the league in field goal attempts. He has 96.
But you know what really pisses people off? It's the fact that the fouls that he gets, they're weak calls, right? Most of the time it's just a little shove, little bump. It's nothing too crazy. That you can definitely play through the contact if that were the case. But then you have Lou Dort on the other side, literally committing almost murder, and nothing is called. And yet they're the greatest defensive team. Like, it's annoying. It has to be officiated better. Kind of like the push. It has to be officiated better.
And we know that the NBA, even the NFL, to a good extent, they take care of their superstars. And SGA is a superstar. He's a potential face of this league, and they're going to give him the calls, unfortunately. What some of those people that you brought up, like Brunson or Trey Young, they're like 6'1". It's a lot easier for them to get beat up when they drive to the paint. And they are people that like to drive to the paint as well and try to finish in the paint. But they also do try to get ultimately it's to try to score as opposed to get the foul call. But he just doesn't need to do it. He is way too good. It's just a very big stain on the league, and as someone that loves basketball, it hurts to watch. It really hurts to watch, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So that was going to be the end for this episode. Is there anything else that you need to get off your chest before we end this one?
Nah, man. Magic just need to find the way to win. Steelers need to find the way to win. I mean, the Astros didn't even make the playoffs. Go Penguins. They're the only ones that are winning for me right now.
The Penguins will find a way to get you out of that hotel room and back home. I'm definitely going to root for that. Let's go Jets, of course. We got our first win. Let's try to keep that momentum. We got a bye week. Hopefully coming out of that bye week, we end up with another win against the Browns. The Lakers, I mean, we're down LeBron. We're down Luka. We're down Gabe Vincent now. So Austin Reeves to the moon, baby. This has been Macho and Daniel. This is going to be the end of Macho Talks Sports episode 13. Thank you guys for coming out. We appreciate y'all. Thank you.